gospel singers react to Pastor Oyakhilome's criticism on financial gains. Nigerian gospel singers Abdul and Esther Igbekele has responded to Pastor Oyakhilome's recent remarks about the focus of gospel musicians on fame and financial gain rather than serving God. Pastor Oyakhilome, the founder of Love World, also known as Christ Embassy, has criticized gospel artists who charge fees for their performances, claiming that they were not truly singing for God. He further stated that the church had become more of a place for entertainment than a house of worship, and that gospel musicians who charge for their services would eventually be retired. In an interview with Punch, Abdul shared his thoughts on the issue, suggesting that the conversation sparked by Oyakhilome's comments could serve as an opportunity for gospel singers to evaluate their approach to ministry. He says, and I quote, "I think it's just human behavior. There would always be extremes where people are more lured by money than by work. I think the church has been gracious enough to extend honor and fellowship to gospel music," end quote, he explained. Popular female gospel singer Esther Igbekele added her perspective, emphasizing that choosing to sing gospel music should not mean remaining financially strained. She pointed out that gospel artists have financial obligations, including supporting families and managing other responsibilities. She says, and I quote, "Choosing gospel music is like taking on a mandate for the Lord, but that doesn't mean you should be impoverished. The Lord himself will bless you," end quote, she said. And she continues, "As I speak to you, I'm traveling from Lagos to Akure, Ondo State for a program. Moving from one place to another requires effort, and I work with a team of people with families and bills to pay. If they are not compensated, they won't follow you. You can't expect to serve God and remain in penury," end quote. Both gospel singers underscored the need for a balanced approach where gospel singers can serve God through their music while also meeting their financial needs. Oh, wow.
Interesting. I think I understand both of them. I understand Pastor Oyakhilome, what he's trying to say. Perhaps he's just trying to say that you should not allow money to be like the core
to be
of
the
the whole,
driving force.
Yes, to be the driving force. You know, in the sense that this was really, really messy. What happened between Mechi Chinwo and his and our ex-manager was really, really messy. I wish that they handled it better than that. But I don't know. At the end of the day, they are first of all human beings, and because we are human beings, we are flawed. And what Esther Igbekele is saying, I understand too, because at the end of the day, I mean, you need money for evangelism at the end of the day, because you need money to move around, to pay people, to do all of these things. I mean, you can't get to anywhere you're going to, even if you're going to rent stuff as maybe instruments to work with. You can't get there and tell those people that, God bless you, the Lord will be with you, and then they will now say, thank you so much, sister, take o. Do you understand? Like, you need money to move around. So I really understand, but maybe it's just saying that, you know what, you shouldn't, because there is a way that you will love money that, you know, at the end of the day, human relationship might not really matter to you, because I've seen people like that. When it comes to money, they don't hear anything. They can even go as far as like maiming the other person just because of money. They don't care.
Of course. I mean, every time this happens, let's not forget that spreading the gospel, you can be in any way, from pastoral to singing. It's the ministry, you know, spreading the gospel. And also in the Bible, it was said that, you know, many will be called. I mean, many will be many are called, but few are chosen.
I don't go and make Scott's Bible.
No, I'm sure
just
about this one. My name is Paul.
Paul, and that does not mean that what?
So many are called, but few are chosen. So even in this work, even in the ministry of the gospel ministry, there will still be some who will come and, you know, they are being driven by another thing entirely than the sole focus, which is spreading, you know, the gospel through music. But over time, things have changed. You know, you have the dawn of social media, you have the dawn of streaming services. So you definitely know that when you put your music out there and people are streaming, it's not for free. The problem we have here is that, you know, executive label, music executive, label executive, and the artist are having issues and at loggerheads over the money matters. But hopefully, with everybody putting in one or two into this, they will definitely solve it. And other people who are seeing it would also correct their steps. So, yeah.